I mean, I think we're probably both pretty disappointed in the British response, where you've kind of got the Prime Minister not really even able to take a stance or to say, is he for, is he against this war? I mean, what do you think is behind the pearl clutching response from Britain, and then I guess maybe a little better from France and Germany, but really not much support from other NATO allies and other allies that are also have experienced attacks from radical Islam, and even directly, when you look at some of the activities Iran has carried out in Europe, even directly from Iranian terror?
The British response has been pathetic, and it is sad to see a great power like the United Kingdom descend into such total irrelevance. The UK could not decide on the first day whether it was for or against these attacks. The Australians could, the Canadians could. NATO has said the world is a better place now without Khamenei, but Britain sat on the fence. And then it is also in complete denial that Iran attacked Britain. They sent a drone at the sovereign British base on Cyprus. That is an attack on Britain, and they're trying to pretend it isn't happening. And then Keir Starmer does a U-turn and says that he will allow America to use British bases to attack ballistic missile launchers, which is them saying that the attacks are legal after all. But if they are legal, why don't you want to take part in your common defense? Why are you hiding behind America and Israel to do your dirty work for you? You said the French have been better. I think it's been worse. France is working together with China now to de-escalate. The United States is saying the biggest strikes are yet to come. We are dealing with this extremist regime, and France is conspiring with the United States' #1 geopolitical rival in order to save the Ayatollah regime when it is at its weakest. I think it's a shameful betrayal by those two so-called allies of their allies, United States and Israel, but also a total abnegation of their own security and a total denial about the threat that the Iranian regime poses to them. Why are they doing it? I think domestic politics has a lot to do with it. Britain has, unfortunately, a rising minority Islamist flank. It knows that the Iranian regime commands an ungodly amount of support within extremist pockets within the United Kingdom. And I think the British government is scared of offending them. They're also scarred by the legacy of Iraq, and everything to them sounds like a repeat of the Iraq War, even though this is nothing like Iraq, and we can get into the reasons why. And just general a sense of denial. I mean, look, the chairwoman of the House of Commons Foreign Affairs Committee, okay, the equivalent of the House Foreign Affairs Defense Committee, said yesterday that wars are only ever resolved by negotiations. Well, Madam Thornberry, I think you've forgotten how Britain, the US, and the USSR defeated Nazi Germany. It wasn't by negotiating, it was by forcing them into unconditional surrender. So they've forgotten their history, they're scared of their own population, and that has led them to sink into a position of being just extremely irrelevant and unhelpful.